everyone, my name is Melissa Herrera and I'm a developer relations engineer, and today I'm going to walk you through all the exciting updates with file handling, file management, and data handling within Langflow. Let's get started. So first I wanted to remind everyone what the old file component looked like. We have the single file uploader. You can go here, go to your local directory, select only one file, and then open it and upload. Now when I run this component, I get it back as a data object, and you see it's all kind of throwing in the whole text of that file in a single column, in a single row, and it's just really hard to work with. So here is the new and improved file component in Langflow. You can notice off the bat there's a few cosmetic changes. Firstly, we notice here that we have a select files button. So I can actually go into the select files button, and we have a new dialog here that has a bunch of files that I've uploaded already. But first let's go to the click or drag files here. Now I can actually multi-select as many files as I want and open them. And we see they upload directly into our file component here. I can select all of them, I can deselect all of them, I can select only one. I also have the option here with these three dots to rename, download, and delete the files directly from the component. But first, let's go ahead and select multiple files. Now, when I run this, notice how in the original component, we only had data as the output. So it only generated a data object from the file upload. Now we have data, data frame, and message. So let's walk through each of these different outputs. So data output has no change, but before to use this data within maybe a prompt or an LLM, we did have to bring in a data to message component to be able to handle that. I click the inspect output. You see this is what it looks like. But now I have message directly as an output, so I can get rid of this component. I can run this again, and I can click directly into the message inspect output and see that I get the exact same thing. So no need for an additional component. It processes it in both in data, in message, and also in data frame. And as you saw, we were able to see all of the previous files that I've uploaded in the past. But I can also view this from a different screen in my Langflow in our file management system. So I can exit out of here. I'll go into my projects, or basically the home screen, and I'm going to find this on the lower left hand of the screen where it says My Files. Now here are all the files that I've uploaded in the past or uploaded now, and I can do the same things. I can manage them all here, rename, download, duplicate, etc. I could search through all of them here. And what this essentially means too is that I can now access all of these files across different flows. So here's an example of that. I'm gonna go into this new flow and it's just gonna create a blank one, and I'm going to find my file component, bring that in, select files, and lo and behold, you see all of the files here. You could search through them. And again, this is a brand new flow, different from the original flow that I was showing you. So it shows that you can use all your files across all of your different flows. Another new update that's really exciting is how Langflow handles your CSV data. So again, in the past, uploading CSV data was not as easy as it is now. So if I go in and select one of the CSV files that I've uploaded already, let's do this movie reviews one. It just had some dummy data for movie reviews. And I'm going to go ahead and run this component. And it's going to highlight the data frame output right here. And when I go in and inspect it, you see that it already puts it in tabular format. So this is really helpful for being able to parse different columns and also ingest into your preferred vector store. So in our case, we're using AstraDB. So I'm ingesting our files, I'm putting it through split text, I'm determining our vectorized column, so what content that I want to vectorize. In this case, it's the review text column. So again, it's just reviews of this movie, and we're going to ingest that into AstraDB. So if I go ahead and run this, boom, and hop quickly into our AstraDB database, you see we have now ingested the data easily from CSV format. And now moving on to another fun way to interact with your CSV data now with the file components updates is I can use this component called batch run. And what batch run does is it runs a language model on every row of a data frame. Since this is a movie data set, I put summarize the movie review text in one line. And what's going to happen is it's going to run an LLM over each of the reviews. And then I'm going to use this parser component to then pull out the model response. And then I can ask questions to the LLM based on the summaries that I have here. So let's just run this whole thing and see what that looks like. So I'm going to click into the batch results here. And you see that it shows the original text input was the whole review and the model response is just the single line. And then I'm pulling out the model response so that it just uses the text from it. And I'm putting it into this prompt as context and then the question as the question from the chat input. And then I can go into the output. For example, with this question, I said, I like romantic comedies. Which movies will I like? And in the message, it returns the one-liner summaries for the ones that are most related to romantic comedies. All right, so that was a high-level overview of all the new exciting changes in Langflow for file management, file handling, and data handling. I hope this unlocks a lot of new possibilities for you who are building your AI workflows in Langflow. As always, join us on Discord for your questions, give us feedback, and as always, happy coding.